Alright, sup guys, welcome back to the channel. Another day, another level 60. In this level 1 to 60 review and leveling guide, we're going to be going over my experience playing Moon Knight. So, guys, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. It helps me and my channel a lot. I deeply appreciate all the support, and we all love this game. So, as always, we'll go over the 5 categories: single target damage, AoE and wave clear, survivability, fun factor, and then leveling smoothness / can he do green and red content. But before I get into all that, I always like to start with the character design and kind of my thoughts on how they made him, created him in a review. Guys, Moon Knight is phenomenal. Look at the costume, look at the detail, the movement, how he attacks, how he moves. It's like animated. It feels just like Moon Knight being controlled by the Avatar. It's excellent. He is next to none. I mean, I gave Nick Fury a 10 out of 10 for design because when you play him, although he's terrible, you really feel like you're Nick Fury. When I played Moon Knight, you feel just like you're Moon Knight. I gotta give him a 10 out of 10. The character design is perfect. How he moves, his abilities, everything makes sense. Like, he is awesome. Character design wise, they did a fantastic job. Now, let's get into what we're actually here for, the leveling experience, what he was like, and then my kind of guide for green and red. Single target damage, very, very good, very high, definitely not on the low end. I'd give him probably an 8 or 9 out of 10, probably an 8 out of 10 I think is a good spot. He wasn't doing Luke Cage numbers, but he was damn close. It was really, really good. As far as his AoE and wave clear, it's also pretty good. He has quite a bit of AoE. It's not as good as maybe like Cyclops. It's not as good as some of the others who I've played, but I haven't really played many AoE characters, but it was pretty good. It was solid. It was good enough. I'd give his AoE a 6 out of 10. I think it's still above average. Survivability was pretty damn good. He's a very unique character, kind of hard to play because his life drains as you use certain abilities and it gives you damage, but like a lot of times you're at a quarter health. He has a statue of Kanju that can take him to 1 health, and then you gain damage you've done his health when it ends. And as you deal damage, you kind of heal. He's all over the place. He's very, very complex. Really had to think about what I was doing in the build, so it was kind of hard to play. As far as the fun factor, I found him very fun. He has multiple viable builds. You can shoot guns, you can do melee, you can do like a range combination hybrid, multiple builds. I never felt bored. One of my best experiences so far, level 1 to 40. He was so good in green difficulty. I actually stayed in green till 45 because he was just so fast at clearing it that I didn't want to switch. So leveling experience by far and large. I mean, fun factor, I give him like a 7 of 10, 8 out of 10. Leveling smoothness, I give him like again, probably a 7 out of 10. He did struggle at first in red content. I thought about staying in green till 50 just because red was pretty hard for him until you get more of your talents and traits. But by far and large, I mean, great design, fun experience. It was smooth. It was solid. One of my fastest level 60 times. I think I did it in like 3 hours and some change. It was really fast. I had a blast playing Moon Knight, and I would suggest him to anybody who's looking for like a kind of a underplayed, really cool hero. I would definitely suggest Moon Knight. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the build and how I play him late and how I played him early. So my current build that I was using to clear red content and that I really, really like, it was super good. It was the one that I felt most comfortable with. I never died and I was clearing at a decent speed. So I used the statue of Khonshu, which you get pretty late in your Crescent Crusader tree. What it does is you summon it and it basically gives you 10% critical hit chance. It spends all your favor, gives you 10% critical hit chance, 25% base damage. It's just a giga damage boost, right? Plus it's in the last 9.6 seconds plus 3 seconds for every 100 Khonshu's favor spent. So I have 1300, so that'd be like it lasts 19 seconds. It's a really long buff. Now it does have a range, which kind of sucks. So like you have to stay in this area and you're not often shooting stuff for 19 seconds in the same area, right? But it's really strong and it's a really big buff. I use Crescent Fan. I use this in green and I also use this in red. I just upgraded it. Crescent Fan is this. Shoots out like a bunch of bola looking things or whatever, and they like hit it, like it's like a nice AoE that kind of clears the screen. Tripwire bolas. This was something I've never seen anybody play Moon Knight and use. I found it beyond useful. It just shoots these it shoots this like wire and it kind of CCs them. And it's AoE and it causes bleed with the passive. So like it's like this AoE kind of damage bleed thing. It's really I found it really good. Let's see. Let me send this text real quick. Okay. So then I use Angel Wing Attack Run, which you get this late. It remotely glide your Angel Wing glider, so it like shoots and it like does a lot of damage, and it's like an AoE spray. Pretty good, really high damage. Then of course I always use a like a mobility ability. I used a mobility ability, Justice from Above. It does a lot of damage. You like grapple up and you drop, and it does huge boom, and it does huge damage. And I have 2 charges on it. Also have 2 charges on my glider. And then of course your signature, you can either do a melee one or a ranged one. I'm on a ranged one, and it just does tons of damage. You like shoot this gun, it's like a bola gun, and it does a fuck ton of damage. The melee form does ridiculous damage. The range one's pretty high. Melee is through the roof. So typical rotation, guys, honestly, it's very easy, but it's you gotta move a lot. I like to just cast my bolas, and then I'm cast my glider, and I'm just constantly spamming bola strikes. So I do crescent fan, and I just send tripwire bolas nonstop at everything. And then when crescent fan's off cooldown, I use it, and then I just keep tripwire bowling. So it's like constant bleed, constant AoE, and then every time you use your crescent fan, it crits, so it does a ton of damage. As far as talents and traits, I use Tribute to Khonshu. This is why my life's always low as I do damage. You bleed to under 40%. Until you're under 40% health. As you do damage, you drain health. Once you're below 60% max health, you gain 7.5% crit and brute strike chance. So the reason why I'm critting and bruting so much without being really geared is because of this passive Tribute to Khonshu. It gives me 7.5%. I use aerial attack, which gives me 2 charges of Justice from Above and 2 charges on my Angel Wing, which is that. I was using Tools of Vengeance, which gives me, it basically guarantees that my Crescent Fan gives it 100% damage boost. So every time I use this, it's 100% damage. So it's really, really good, okay? It just makes it really, really strong, but gives it a cooldown. And then Tripwire Bolas do additional bleed over time and immobilize. So you're not taking damage because nothing can move. And then every few seconds, you're throwing out a guaranteed crit / brute with your Crescent Fan. Then I use Tools of Vengeance. This just changed his finisher from melee to range, since I am a range build. And then Terrifying, this was game changing. Once you hit level 50, you get Terrifying Visage of Khonshu. This shit was so good. Or 56, it's so good. It gives you 40% crit chance for each 1% of missing Khonshu's favor. So you just get you basically guaranteed to crit as long as you don't have Khonshu's favor. And then enemies deal 25% less, and you take and they take 25% more. So it's just really, his talents and traits were some of the best ones I've seen so far on any character. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into Midtown. I'll show you guys the build I was using for red real quick, like what I'm using now, and then I'll show you guys how I leveled in green so fast and kind of what that build was. So this is what Moon Knight looks like doing red content right now. It's really, really good, guys. So let's go find, okay, here's a lot of elites here. So I like to cast my ship, cast these, and then just start shooting bolas everywhere. Let me get my drop Khonshu. And just continue to spam bolas. And as you can see, the screen's dying. That's a bunch of experience right there already. You can jump in, boom, big damage, jump in, boom, big damage. And as stuff dies, you just pick up the XP and keep going. Never really die, do tons of damage, tons of crits, tons of brutes due to all the passives going off. Just ridiculously strong. Here's some more mobs up here. And you see it just dies. Very easy. Those are elite packs, by the way. Like his damage was really, really, really respectable, really high. Let's go find another big group if I can. Show you guys one more big group of elite packs on here. Usually there's a lot of mobs headed up this road here. Here we go. This is a lot of stuff going on, a lot of enemies. So drop Khonshu and then just start beating the shit out of everything. Casting bolas everywhere. Drop your glider. Server just lagged there a bit, if you guys saw. You can drop signature to clear the screen pretty easily. I'm lagging really bad. But I mean, the fact that this is red, I'm not super geared, and I can just clear it like this is one of the best next to Taskmaster so far. It's just no real threat of dying. I mean, Emma Frost cleared it just as easy, but it was way slower. He actually does a lot of damage. Sentinel up here, instantly dead. Like, just big damage, man. He's really good. And he feels satisfying. The bullet strike feels really, really strong and good. Like while it hits, you know, I'm big on like characters feeling satisfying. He definitely checks that box. Oh, here's tons of mobs. Oh shit, I might die. I like dropped in the middle of everything. Pop signature, clear the screen. I hit for 776k there, by the way. That was crazy. And I cleared that entire screen. You'd pick up all your orbs and go on to the next, and the XP just flies in while you play him because you're doing a lot of like AoE and crits and brutes, and shit's just dying. The bleed effect's really good from Mola, and I'm having fun playing, so I keep playing. But and you gotta kite a lot too and move, so it feels interactive. So yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, the build works really good. I thought, you know, I had a blast playing Moon Knight, man. One of my favorites so far. So let's go ahead and give him an overall rating. Oh, let me show you guys the green build real quick. Sorry, let me show you guys how he does green before. So playing green, let's just assume you don't have like any talents. You're just leveling 1 through 30 and you don't have any talents or traits yet. All I did was use nonstop crescent fan. I used, let's see, what else did I use? I used nonstop crescent fan. I jumped in, and then I would use, oh, and then I threw this thing all the time as well. I used this crescent fan. I had it set up this way, and I think I still used the same Khonshu, but those were really the only two, like the only two skills I used when I was on green, and I was flying through this shit. You can add other abilities, like you can add, his signature becomes a melee ability to kill solo targets. You can add like this snare, you can add the staff sweep, whatever you'd like to do some more damage. But really, when you're in green, you're just looking for speed and clear. You throw your ricochet and then you just do crescent fan. So it's like this, you do this, you basically just spam, you just spam this, and then you can do your signature on elite packs, and you're really just spamming the fan ability just like that. And it really had really strong wave clear. Like, these are the strongest elites there are. But it's pretty good wave clear, and I was just kind of coasting through. I jump in, boom, throw the ricochet, throw the bola non-stop. It costs basically nothing. And I would clear whole screens just like this. This is large. This is a lot of density here. And while you're leveling and the mobs and they have less health, it's much quicker even than this. But what you just saw, I got tons of XP orbs there, but that's really all I did. The build was set up similar to this, and I would just use this, and whenever an elite, I'd use my signature and blow their fucking face up. But I mean, yeah, that's basically it. You run around as fast as you can and you just throw your bola fans and you collect the orbs just like this. Boom, everything dies, pick up the experience, and go on to the next, over and over and over again. It's really quick and it's really smooth. I went to 1 to 40 faster than, or 1 to 45 faster than any hero yet on Moon Knight, just playing just like that. And of course, having a good farming route and path and efficiency. So, all right, guys. Anyways, final rating for Moon Knight. I gave Taskmaster an 8 out of 10. It's tough not to rank Moon Knight even better. He was just really, really good. The only thing is the damage was not as high consistently. Taskmaster cleared everything fast. He just brute. And you could repeat it. The combo's a bit more interactive. Felt a little better. I give Moon Knight a 7 out of 10 as a final rating, right below Taskmaster. Very, very fun, very well designed, very strong, cleared green faster than anybody. Red took me a while until I found my build, and then I was doing red really good. No real struggle, no real problem. Story mode 50 to 60, just pop your signature on each boss. They get one tapped. He was a blast. Really well designed, really fun character. I'd suggest him to anybody. Give him a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching.